What's up guys, your driver Mike here, back with a festive video. You can check out the attire. Let's get into it. So we're talking everything like the Irish, St. Patrick's Day weekend, if your market maybe celebrated last weekend, or if you celebrate for the official holiday this coming weekend, maybe you celebrate both. But we're talking about everything you can do to maximize your earnings and ratings. So first off, let me say thank you to everyone that's subscribed, that's liked the videos, that's left comments. The channel's been growing pretty quickly, which is pretty awesome. So if you know anyone that's interested in the rideshare space, maybe you're a driver, maybe you're considering driving for Uber or Lyft, consider subscribing. So let's get right down to it. How much did I make, right? Well, on Saturday, I was online for 7 hours and a little bit on Lyft, and you'll see the totals here. Here are the totals for Uber, and you'll see, again, this is close to 7 hours online. Can't remember right now how many rides, but you'll see it right down below. And again, guys, one of the reasons you'll want to follow this channel, watch the videos, take a look at the surge rates. You'll see that my earnings were basically double the standard fare from the rides. And you'll see some boost in there as well. And not sure if I've mentioned what that is, but we'll talk about boost zones as well. So those are my earnings. And again, that is for one day, guys. That's why you want to know the demand trends in the city, do the research, etc., etc. You know, if you don't, check out those past videos. Awesome tips for you. And I did a little bit with Lyft as well. Let's take a quick look. So these are the earnings from Lyft. And actually, this is interesting because I haven't even checked if passengers have tipped yet. So let's find out right now. But these are the fares that I got from Lyft. Not as much. And again, the surge versus primetime video, I talk about why that is, why on a business sense that I choose to take those Uber runs over the Lyft runs. But I did take some Lyft runs, and these are the earnings. So how did it all go? Okay, well, I was definitely in the heart of the craziness. Downtown here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we have Market Square, which is a centrally located kind of hangout area for just, getting lunch or whatever. And that was open for open containers, starting at 2 p.m. on Saturday, extending into the evening. Again, you could just drink and hang out in the square. So I was around that area for a lot of earlier on Saturday. Then I migrated to some other areas here, other bar areas to capitalize on surge. So all in all, the rides were pretty good. And let me know how your rides went, how busy you were and everything. Let me know in your market how it was. One issue I did have was a problem with Google Maps. And some of you guys that may use Waze or even Uber's navigation, which I don't recommend, but if you use another app, maybe you'll see a little bit more accuracy. But I was using Google Maps, which I love and I definitely recommend, but I had to take myself and my passengers on the most inefficient route to their destination. And we're talking, I was exiting our North Shore area here by our Heinz Field for the Pittsburgh Steelers and, those venues down there. I was leaving that area and it had us take an off-ramp to a road that basically encircled their destination. And had I bared to the right and went on the main road into the neighborhood up there, that's where their destination was. I could have simply stayed right, hit their destination. Easy. We're talking minutes. But Google took me up on kind of a highway, and we circled back around, and then we hit their destination. Now, good point to highlight here is that, I'm definitely going to take some blame for that because, I know my city. I knew better. I saw the main road, which was Allegheny, and I knew that it was to the right, right? But I was relying on Google Maps too much, in the moment, because of course could be a lot of quick turns. So I really didn't see their destination well enough when I started to know that it was right up there and there was no need to circle around. So quick tip, just take an extra second just to verify the destination. Now, if you're newer to a city, newer to a market, of course, you're going to need to probably rely on the app a little bit more, but don't completely rely on it. Again, try to study your city, tough intersections, etc., to get the hang of it so you don't have to always have the crutch of the GPS. Another interesting scenario that happened was that, unfortunately, I picked up the wrong passengers. Now, this has happened before. I mean, I'm close to probably 1,800 rides now, and not every ride is going to go flawlessly. We are human. We're going to make mistakes. I definitely admit that. So I was in the South Side, which is the really heart of the bar area here in Pittsburgh, and I was away from the action. Okay, I was on the east end of the South Side area here, and a couple roads off the main road as well. I was definitely away from the action. And I pull up to a group which was by themselves, and they were standing at the pin destination. Perfect. So we start the trip, and I asked them the destination, and it wasn't correct. Now, they were pretty heavily intoxicated. It was St. Patrick's Day weekend. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe they put it in incorrectly. We pull over, and I fix it, and I start again. Seconds later, I get a call from a general number, which Uber will reroute. It's not going to be a personal cell phone. It's going to be rerouted through Google Voice. I get a call from my Uber passenger asking where I was because I had arrived on the app. So what do? And I can make it a complete video about this and other scenarios, but real quick, here's what you do. Immediately pull over safely. Ask your current passengers in the car, excuse me, what was your ride name under? What was the passenger's name that requested the ride? And they'll say, I don't know, Dan, Jim, whatever it may be. Right? And I say, I'm sorry, guys, no. This is the wrong Uber. I greatly apologize, etc. However you want to say it. Okay, and I did. So, I'm sorry, guys. Now they were getting kind of heated about it, and understandably so. It's the wrong. We only traveled probably about 50 yards. We didn't travel that far. So I'm sorry, guys. Actually, this is the wrong Uber. I'm gonna have to drop you off. Turn back around and drop them off, which I did. And my actual passengers were standing actually right across the road from where I picked up this other group. And they waved me down and got out and took the right passengers. So a few things that I could have done there. Now, one of the things that I always recommend is verify the name before or when your passengers get in the car. Now, I was away from the action. I was away from the craziness of the bars that were blocks away, and they were standing by themselves, so I assumed that they were my passengers. That is my fault. Okay, now I did confirm the address, or attempt to confirm the address, which is another thing that you may want to do. You can confirm the identity of your passengers several ways. You can say, what's the passenger name, what was the address, or even as a last resort, or even as a double check. What was your driver's name? What is my name? And it should be in their app. The happenstance that your passengers have the same name. If it's Mike, if it's Jim, Sam, some common name, okay? And if something doesn't seem right, ask them to, again, confirm the destination, okay? If the destination is correct, then you're good. Now, if the destination is not correct, now they're gonna give you another destination, but ask them at that point to confirm the driver name, okay? Now, the odds that the passenger name and the driver name of two different Ubers are the same are very, very slim. So confirm the name first, okay? And if the destination is wrong, as a double check, ask what the driver's or your name is. So overall, a really good night, pretty hectic, pretty busy. Some things that I did great and some things that I could work on. Again, you never really know when you're out there, but I want to know, what did you see in your market? Was there exceptionally high demand? Do you have any crazy stories yourself or any unique experiences? Let me know. So one last thing, when we saw my earnings, we saw boost zones. Now, boost is different than surge. So surge is demand-based pricing. Okay, now surge can be, more passengers than drivers. That imbalance is going to create that price shift. Okay, now boost is price guarantees. So in certain segments of your market, Uber is going to say, okay, well, during the hours of, let's say, 6 and 7 p.m., we're going to guarantee 1.5 times pricing, 2 times pricing, etc. Now, you can also think of it as, guaranteed surge, which it is, pay guarantees, however you want to think about it. But again, Uber is going to say, okay, during these time slots, and then in these designated areas, we're going to guarantee X amount of surge, 1x, 3x, maybe even. Okay, so that's what it is in the earnings. We had the standard fare. We had the surge rates, which were the naturally occurring surge, just like the different red zones on the map. And then we had the zones of boost guarantee. All right, guys, Driver Mike here. Thanks for watching. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And happy St. Patty's. And I'll see you in the next one.